Hello, faith and fitness friends and family. Good evening. Happy Friday Eve. That's what we call Thursdays at work. It's such a fun thing to say. Trying to stay warm, although today was in the 30s, so that was a good thing. But welcome to Faith and Fitness. My name is Brenda Wolf, and I'm doing a 40-day devotional on faith and fitness. And I don't have my copy yet. I ordered it, but it hasn't come in yet. But the book's going to look like this, but it says Faith and Fitness on it. And it's a 40-day devotional. And it will look a little bit like, well, it'll look like this. Similar to this, but it'll be different words. So at the top of the page, it has a place for the date. And I'm really good at picking something up for a few days and then not doing it. And so this is perfect for those of us who can just write in the date. So if you skip 6 days, you skip 6 days and you just start where you left off. I can't tell you how many journals I have started and how many things that I have where I've only done the first like 6 or 7 pages. And then I lose track. So then each day you're going to get a scripture and you're going to get a word. You're going to define the word, write out the scripture, what is it speaking to you, then you're going to read the whole chapter that verse came out of, and then you're going to rewrite the verse and make it personal. Now, I like to write the verse out originally in the NIV, then I read the whole chapter in the Message Bible, and then I make it personal whenever I can with the Passion Translation. That way, I get a different perspective on what the scripture's trying to say to me, and the Lord speaks to me in different places, because sometimes when I read something in one version, it doesn't make any sense. And so then I have to go back and read it in a different version and maybe get a different understanding. And then when you start looking up the definition and figuring where things come from, it makes a little bit more sense. And the reason we read the whole chapter is to get an idea of where that scripture came from. We take so many things from out of context these days. So today we're on day 6, and I'm only doing this Monday through Friday. So we take Saturday and Sundays off. I will not be here those 2 days unless the Lord changes my mind and wants me to do something. But the scripture for today is Isaiah 40 verse 31, and our word for today is wait. So defining the word wait is stay where one is, or delay action until a particular time, or until something else happens. And I don't know about you, but I don't like waiting. I do not like waiting whatsoever. So when the Lord gives me an instruction and I do what he asks, and then I just patiently wait for the next instruction, sometimes it's really hard and I want to get ahead of the Lord. And I know from past experiences that it makes way better sense to wait and let the Lord instruct your next steps. So then we're going to write the scripture out, and it's Isaiah 40:31. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. So what does this word and this verse speak to me? That if we're not waiting on the Lord in hopeful expectation, then we're doing things on our own strength. And that's the reason why we grow weary. And that's the reason why we faint. I was thinking about faith and fitness today, and I was like, dang it. I feel like the enemy has me right where he wants me is concerning my weight. Because what happens is, you know, you're in this weight loss program and you're feeling really good. You're eating right. You're doing the right things. And you feel fantastic. That was me back in 2019 before my second husband left. I was going to the gym on a regular basis. It had become a habit for me to go. I was eating the right things. I was feeling really good about myself. I was into like size 10, 12s. And it was a really good place to be. And then COVID hit and I couldn't go to the gym anymore, and I tried to do it from home, but I just couldn't stick to a routine. And then I just fell off the wagon. And I don't know if I've shared on Faith and Fitness. I know I've shared on my other morning lives that I do, but I was drinking a little bit more than I had anticipated. I was making cool desserts, and I was feeding the part of me that felt like it needed to be fed. I'm so sorry, I just kicked my own camera. And so then I haven't been back to the gym on a regular basis since COVID. Then I got married again and got settled in and married to a man who loves me he would love me if I was a size 5 and love me if I'm a size 23 or 24. It doesn't matter. It's me that he loves, not my body per se. But so I've gotten super comfortable. Well, I was getting in and out of the car today and I'm like, dagnammit, that stupid enemy has got me trapped. Because now I'm in this circumstance where I'm wearing 18s and 18 to 20s. I weigh 234.8 pounds and I have no desire to go to the gym. I do not feel like I want to do any of that stuff. And I got to stop using the excuse that my foot hurts because I can do things that don't require my foot. But I'm like, I feel like the enemy's just laughing at me because he knows that I don't have the strength to go and do this. I don't have the discipline to go and do this. And this is where this scripture comes into play. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. I have hopes of getting back to that routine that I had. Now, I don't need to spend 2-3 hours at the gym like I did before. I did that back then. That was my escape. That was something that, you know, I'd spend 2-3 hours at the gym because I didn't have anything else to do. I was single and I was filling up time at the gym. But now if I could just go work out for 30 minutes, maybe do my tanning and my massage beds and go home, that's like an hour. And I could definitely flourish in that. But I need to find the Lord's strength in this. I need to start taking authority over my body and saying, you know what? I know you don't feel like exercising today, but really is good for you, because I remember working out did feel good. And it wasn't just because I was losing weight. That's a scientific fact. You feel better when you work out. So anywho, that's where I'm at. So after we've defined the word, read the scripture, we are now going to read the whole chapter of Isaiah 40. And I'm going to read that again from the Message Bible. It's a long one, so stick with me in my sticky pages. All right, messages of comfort. Prepare for God's arrival. Comfort, oh comfort my people, says your God. Speak softly and tenderly to Jerusalem, but also make it very clear that she has served her sentence, that her sin is taken care of, forgiven. She's been punished enough and more than enough, and now it's over and done with. Thunder in the desert, prepare for God's arrival. Make the road straight and smooth, a highway fit for our God. Fill in the valleys, level off the hills, smooth out the ruts, clear out the rocks. Then God's bright glory will shine and everyone will see it. Yes, just as God said. So when they're talking about filling in the valleys and leveling off the hills, it reminds me of my rock, Grace. And it is our responsibility to speak to these mountains in our life that we no longer want to have there, so we can make the way straight and the way smooth, that we don't have to go uphill, down here, or around the mountain 600 times before we learn our lesson. So that's where that grace comes in. A voice says, shout. I said, what shall I shout? These people are nothing but grass. Their love fragile as wildflowers. The grass withers, the wildflowers fade. If God so much as puffs on them. Aren't these people just so much grass? True, the grass withers and the wildflowers fade, but our God's word stands firm and forever. Climb a high mountain, Zion. You're the preacher of good news. Raise your voice. Make it good and loud, Jerusalem. You're the preacher of good news. Speak loud and clear. Don't be timid. Tell the cities of Judah. Look, your God. Look at him. God the Master comes in power, ready to go into action. He is going to pay back his enemies and reward those who have loved him like a shepherd. He will care for his flock, gathering the lambs in his arms. We are the lambs. Hugging them as he carries them, leading the nursing ewes to good pasture. The creator of all you can see or imagine, who has scooped up the ocean in 2 hands, or measured the sky between his thumb and little finger? Who has put all the earth's dirt in one of his baskets, weighed each mountain and hill? Who could ever have told God what to do or taught him his business? What expert would he have gone to for advice? What school would he attend to learn justice? What God do you suppose might have taught him what he knows? showed him how things work. Why the nations are but a drop in a bucket, a mere smudge on a window. Watch him sweep up the islands like so much dust off the floor. There aren't enough trees in Lebanon, nor enough animals in those vast forests to furnish adequate fuel and offerings for his worship. All the nations add up to simply nothing before him. Less than nothing is more like it, a minus. So who even comes close to being like God? To whom or what can you compare him? Some no God idol? Ridiculous. It's made in a workshop, cast in bronze, given a thin veneer of gold, and draped with silver filigree. Or perhaps someone will select a fine wood, olive wood they say, that won't rot, then hire a wood carver to make a no God, giving special care to its base so it won't tip over. Have you not been paying attention? Have you not been listening? Haven't you heard the stories all your life? Don't you understand the foundation of all things? God sits high above all the round ball of earth. The people... Whew, I got lost for a second there. Okay, I was looking to see if we'd reached our 31 scripture yet. Well, we haven't. The people look like mere ants. He stretches out the skies like canvas. Yes, like a tent canvas to live under. He ignores what all the princes say and do. The rulers of the earth count for nothing. Princes and rulers don't amount to much. Like seeds barely rooted, just sprouted, they shrivel when God blows on them. Like flecks of chaff, they're gone with the wind. So who is like me? Who holds a candle to me, says the Holy. Look at the night skies. Who do you think made all of this? Who marches this army of stars each night, counts them off, calls each by name, so magnificent, so powerful, and never overlooked a single one? Why would you ever complain, O Jacob, or whine, Israel, saying, God has lost track of me. He doesn't care what happens to me. Don't you know anything? Haven't you been listening? God doesn't come and go. God lasts. He's creator of all you can see or imagine. He doesn't get tired, doesn't pause to catch his breath. And he knows everything inside and out. This is verse 31 here. He energizes those who get tired, gives fresh strength to dropouts, for even young people tire and drop out. Young folk in their prime stumble and fall, but those who wait upon God get fresh strength. They spread their wings and soar like eagles. They run and don't get tired. They walk and won't lag behind. So this is a clear scripture on calling out to the Lord, saying, Lord, I need help. I need help to get fit. I'm not out to look like a supermodel. I just want to feel good, and I want my body to come under the authority of the Creator. And that's the only way we're going to achieve that in our faith and fitness walk, is asking the Lord to come in and give us the strength to do that. We need his ingenuity. We need his wisdom. And there's several places in the Bible where it says that you just need to ask. And I am very guilty of not asking because I think I have it figured out. So after we've done all of those steps, we go back and we make it personal. And I'm telling you, the Passion Translation version of this verse is beautiful. I will entwine my heart with Yahweh and experience divine strength. I will rise up on soaring wings and fly like the eagles. And run my race without growing weary and walk through life without giving up. I'm not going to give up. I don't care what the enemy is telling me. I'm not going to give up because I'm asking God and inviting him into my situation. So I'm asking if you would do the same thing, that you would invite God to get into the faith and fitness with you. Ask him what you should be doing, because I know some of these exercise programs that are out there are kind of crazy. And boy, I was thinking today was Friday. Oh my goodness. Things just get crazy out there, and we get caught up in the especially the comparison game when it comes to weight. We want to look like somebody else, and then we see this AI just makes people look completely different than what they are. I watched a video the other day of some lady doing her makeup, and she looked like she was an elderly lady, and I didn't see the little caption on there. It was probably a TikTok video or something. And then she got all done, and she flipped a screen, and she was like in her 20s, and I'm like, what the heck? Well, it was probably done on Snapchat. I don't know how these things work half the time, but Anyways, I just was like, you really could have fooled somebody with that. Me. But anyways, I'll be back on here tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow it'll be late because I go with my daughter after work. So I really haven't decided. I might just do Faith and Fitness Monday through Thursday because Fridays usually I'm out with my daughter, and I don't know if I want to get on here at 10 o'clock at night. So I'll pray on it, but I'll promise to be here tomorrow, but it'll be late. So tomorrow's scripture is going to be Hebrews 12, chapter 12, verses 12 and 13. And the word for tomorrow is healed. So I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Stay warm. Do something to... I'm going to challenge you to something. I don't know what I want to challenge you to say no to something tomorrow that you normally would say yes to, that you know is not something that you want to do for your faith and fitness journey. So anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Have a good night. Oh, I gotta wait. I have a slow connection. I can't push the button.
It's a sunrise in my soul. Ooh, it's bad.